This video is in connection to a question Bobby, I believe, asked on Discord. And he said, what's my thoughts on Bitcoin or the crypto market, current market status, based on what the close we had last week. Now, I kind of sent a reply straight away and I said, look, market's kind of indecisive. But then I looked carefully and I kind of zoomed in a little bit and I was like, okay, let me zoom in a little bit and see what's really going on, right? And what I noticed is not good news, right? So we are looking like what's happened yesterday was, or last night, is that we actually closed a body of a candle lower than this whole region you can see here, right? So we closed lower than that. So we didn't make a new all-time low or new recent low, but what we did was we went lower than what we already had. So we broke that support line that we were building for some time now, that $19,000 support line. So we broke that. Of course, it looks like we're moving back up again, but to be honest, once we had a confirmation, so if you look at the third candle, from the current one, if you look at the third candle to your left, what you notice is the last week's candle was definitely a bearish candle. It was a bearish close. It closed, it was undecided, and then that confirmed the previous candle. And of course now we're sitting on a slight bullish variation, only like what, a small percentage, right? That seems to be pumping, but it is Monday. We have a whole week remaining, and my personal opinion, looking at this chart and looking at this trend, it's a continuous trend. Okay, so on a continuous trend, I'm expecting it to go down even further. However, if things were to change, then we have to invalidate certain candles. So if we were to start pumping back up again, then we would expect for us to go and test at least the 22 for a trend reversal, right? But you can see we've attempted it many times. It's just not happening. There's a lot of news, there's a lot of other stuff going on right now. It's just not happening. But when I'm seeing these news, especially these news, right? For example, one of the news was Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC. He was brought into the Senate meeting or whatever it was to come and talk about crypto and whatnot. And he was asked many questions, and he couldn't give a straight answer, put it this way. Cut the long story short, right? So I'm just not trying to get too far into this. But he didn't give many straight answers, but one answer he did give, very straightforward. He said every cryptocurrency except BTC is a security, right? Or he considers them to be a security in one form or another, and they're after them, right? So obviously that news hasn't broke out properly. Once more and more people get to know about it and the news becomes totally viral, you'll see the reactions to this. So there's two things to this. One, I know the market's going to go down because of this current news. Because of this, there's going to be some sort of a FUD. Absolutely fine. Two, I know that this is the opportunity, what the institutions are looking for. And again, going back to Gary Gensler, most of his justification for a lot of the stuff that he was talking in front of the Senate committee, right, was he's doing it for the institutions. So we know he's working for the institutions to bring crypto down back to the institutions, right? He talks about how, remember we were talking about how BTC is not eco-friendly and this, that, they have all these FUD going on as well, right? And yet Gary Gensler, the chairman of SEC, in front of a Senate committee, turns around and openly says that Bitcoin is one that they don't really, they won't scrutinize or mess around with because it's truly decentralized. Wow, they just admitted it's truly decentralized. So that's telling us that they probably can't have control. And when it came to Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies, he kind of refused to answer that question. There is his predecessor said that Ethereum is not a security based on the fact that it's sufficiently decentralized, right? So if we go back to that, he thinks it's sufficient, fair play, and this guy thinks it's not. Is he wrong? Maybe he's not. Maybe he's right. And maybe they're going after everybody. So, I mean, for me, look, I understand. I told you guys many times before as well. If it comes to regulation and whatnot, absolutely fine. And also, I have another video actually coming. It's still, what do you call this? It's still uploading since yesterday. And this was in regards to Ramo asking me what's my thoughts or opinion on why Bitcoin was created, what I think, right? So I just put something out there. I hope it makes sense. That video should be coming after this one, funnily. I actually recorded it on my other phone. For some odd reason, I have no idea why it's still not uploading, and I still haven't figured out how to transfer a video from iPhone to Android. I don't know, guys. So right now I'm recording on the Android. I love the Android, it's much better. But I hope this kind of makes sense to you, right? So when we're looking at the market right now, we had this one candle here, which is the problem, which is why I think the market was confirmed to go down. And yet if we're seeing a different candle this week, and these are weekly candles, then we have a situation here which says that the market currently is undecided. But before that, the signal was that it wants to be bearish. So we do have a stronger signal saying bearish. But right now, obviously, whatever you're seeing, just traders doing their thing. I'm going to look at liquidity and whatnot as well, because I want to see how many people got liquidated. Sorry, liquidation, not liquidity. I want to check how many people got liquidated, because that's a strong signal as well. Once we start seeing liquidations kind of coming to a halt or very minimal, right? So not too many people are trading. That's when we know that we've hit that market bottom. That's when we know that we are now starting to move back up again, right? So as long as there are traders in this game, whether they're doing long or short, expect volatility, expect the market to go up or down, because people are betting on the news, put it this way, right? They're expecting people to pump and dump on the news, and that causes more chaos, obviously. So yeah, I'm just going to say, just hold tight. If you've bought some, just hold tight. If you are planning to buy some, hold tight, right? The whole thing is just hold tight, literally hodl, right? Like, obviously hodl's not a dictionary word, but we can say literally hodl, because that's what it is. Just hold on, it will come, and the market will flip. It will surprise you. It's going to do it when you least expect it, right? So we need as much chaos as possible in the markets, right? Because after chaos, we have, peace, right? So we have chaos, then we have peace, right? It's always opposite of whatever's happening. So we haven't had the chaos yet, in my opinion. We've just been trending down. It was fine, nothing wrong. Is the market bearish? Yeah, technically. Are we in a deep dive, black winter, whatever you want to call it, like, a big winter, whatever? I don't think so. I think there's great opportunity for us to actually, buy more BTC. Obviously, that's what the whales are doing. Number one, by the way, they're not going to announce it yet. They're going to announce it next quarter. So when you finally get to find out, the bullish news comes out. Oh, guess what? This company's just bought 100,000 Bitcoin. We're too late, mate, because they already bought it, right? So I'm just gonna again just reiterate, guys, be patient, don't FOMO. Okay, FOMO is not the way to go forward. It doesn't matter. Remember, when the trend is up and you're buying, doing whatever, you're always a winner, right? So remember, trend is your friend until the end. And right now the trend is showing downwards. That means the downward trend is your friend, right? Not upward. So we don't go against the trend. We always stick around with the trend. If the trend's saying up, we go up. If it's saying down, we stay, we either stay out of the market or we short the market or do whatever, right? But obviously with enough risk, you gotta assess your risk, basically. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, other than that, listen, I'm not going to make this any longer. I've actually just arrived somewhere, so I've got a bit of a meeting. I've been rushing around all day today. So I hope this video was informative, and I'm going to catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.